Hi everyone, I'm John Pavlak. Welcome back to Ion Harness Racing. Records fell this past Sunday at Vernon Downs, where the Open and Filly divisions of the Zweig Memorial went to post. In the $350,000 Open division, the reigning Hambletonian winner got home first in a stakes and track record 152-1. Market share, driven by Tim Tetrick, met a challenge from Magic Tonight, but came clear in the late stages to win for the 11th time in 18 career outings.
It's Market Share who takes the lead with a 16 to go. Magic Tonight second. Silvato late on the outside with my MVP. Market Share wins the Zweig.
It's unbelievable. I really didn't know what kind of a horse he was, and he's just getting better and better and better as we're racing him. He's finding his own.
Do you think there's more in the tank for this horse?
I don't know. You know, what I love about him is his versatility. He can snap off the gate and he can get himself in position, and then he finishes up good. So, I mean, that's a perfect racehorse.
In the $150,000 Filly division of the Zweig, Tetrick was also in the bike, guiding Check Me Out to her record performance on Sunday. She won for the 8th time this year, putting away a stubborn Win Missy B on the way to a 151-3 win, which matched her own world record.
Check Me Out trying to get by on the outside. Win Missy B is holding top. Check Me Out wearing her down for Tetrick on the outside. Check Me Out getting up. Late trot up the rail from Cowgirl Hall. It's Check Me Out in the Zweig Filly division.
It was awesome. You know, that's a great mile for this track. And, you know, they went a fast first quarter. A lot of them left. And I was stuck first up a long way. But, you know, what champions do, they overcome the bad trips and get the job done.
Ray's talked about next year and the year after and the year after and trying to make her into moneymaker. Is that still something you want to do?
Yes, I didn't want to tip my hat. I didn't know Ray said that, but that's really what's in the plans. Hopefully she can have that ability.
At Tioga Downs on Sunday, Heston Blue Chip gave credence to the Horses for Courses angle. He won for the 7th time in his many starts on the Tioga track and began a quest for the Pacing Triple Crown with a win in the Cane Pace Elimination as a $35,000 supplemental entry, timed in 149-2.
Steelhead Hanover is there second. Racing third, State Treasurer through the stretch. Heston Blue Chip, a jiggy jog tonight.
How you feel about getting a rock and roll dance again next week?
I'd love that. I really do. It's a good contest. He's a great horse. Don't get me wrong. I think I have a great horse too. So it'd be nice to see them get the 1-hole and the 2-hole, so they don't get have trouble with the traffic in the race. So hopefully we draw good.
Looking for a fun and easy way to learn more about standardbred racing? Harness Night School, Thursday nights. Enjoy access and learn the game from top racing insiders via chat and video. Miss a class? Read the archive. Harness Night School, Thursday nights. Let's get rolling.
Better Than Cheddar has certainly been a star among older pacers this year and did nothing to tarnish his stardom in the $50,000 Canadian Pacing Derby elimination at Mohawk Racetrack this past Saturday. George Brennan brought him from off the pace to win in a sharp 149-1. He'll likely be the favorite in next week's $787,000 Derby final.
Better Than Cheddar. Brennan tried to braven him up on the back of Luke Willette's helmet. Now angles him to the outside. Takes another shot. We will see at the inside. Gonna need more. Better Than Cheddar on the outside. Coming to him now. And he sweeps on by. Better Than Cheddar takes over in deep stretch. And he's clear by a length. The Canadian Pacing Derby elimination to Better Than Cheddar.
3 $40,000 Metro Stakes eliminations went to post at Mohawk Racetrack on the same card, and chalk players had a field day. Apprentice Hanover won in 149-4, and odds-on Equilus won in 50-1. And in this elimination, Captain Treacherous was fastest of all, scoring in 149-3 with red-hot driver Tim Tetrick driving for trainer Tony Alagna.
Coming on late, way out wide is dressed apart now. A deep stretch lead. And it's Captain Treacherous and Tetrick. And no problemo score in the Metro Pace elimination. He won by 3.
Some of the sport's top drivers met at Vernon Downs this past Sunday for the final heats of the Drivers' Championship, in which Jody Jamieson was the defending winner. Ron Pierce had the hot hand, however, and won 3 of the 5 divisions, this one with Stetton Hanover to repeat his victory in the event in 2010. The others who finished in the top 5 were Jim Worrell Jr., Brian Sears, Dave Pallone, and Yannick Gingras.
Horse didn't look good on paper, but I was talking to Lonnie Hill before the race, and he had a lot of confidence in him. He says, you know, you just wake this horse up a little bit and give him a trip. And he said he'll beat these horses. I asked him, I said, can he pace in 51? And he said he'll pace in 51. And he turned around and paced in 54, so Lonnie was right.
Hundreds have sharpened their handicapping skills at Harness Racing Night School, and this week's study topic will certainly advance that process. Trip handicapping is, in the minds of many, at the heart of picking the winner in any harness race. The player asks, how will the race unfold? And then hopes it will result in some folding money. Join the class free of charge on Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern at handicapping.ustrotting.com/night school. The USDA Strategic Wagering Program will be offering dozens of guarantees during the month of September. Included will be several during Little Brown Jug Week at Delaware and at the Red Mile after the Grand Circuit ships to Kentucky. Make sure you get in on the action, including free Trackmaster programs and some handicapping tips at handicapping.ustrotting.com. It's that time of year when 2-year-olds become an important part of the stakes schedule, and this Saturday the freshmen are at Mohawk Racetrack for the $1 million Metro Stakes Final. Here are the top 3 horses in the Metro, as indicated in the exclusive Platinum Pass performances offered by Trackmaster. Power ratings. It's another way to put yourself in the pari-mutuel winner's circle, exclusively at Trackmaster.
Ready for the latest advances in handicapping technology? Trackmaster is your solution. With 20-plus years of providing a wealth of information, Trackmaster has tools for every level of player. Trackmaster Pocket Handicapper for iPhone and Android puts the power of a computer in the palm of your hand. Drill down to charts and race videos. And with software like Plus Pro, even the most advanced players have sophisticated tools to succeed. The complete source for thoroughbred, quarter horse, and harness racing information. Trackmaster by Equibase, for the serious player.
The possibility of a 2012-2013 meet at Cal Expo was up in the air until recently. European Wagering Services, through a subsidiary, Watch and Wager, will operate the meet in cooperation with Golden Bear Racing. The latter is headed up by USTA Director Chris Schick. We talked to Schick via Skype.
And the racing's going to begin. We're happy to announce on Friday, November the 2nd out here in California. Our current plan calls for the initial application was only through December 22nd, but that was kind of a technicality because the 2013 dates hadn't been allocated by the board. Those dates have now been allocated. So our plan is to essentially go right on through the second week in May, and we'll be picking up a third day a week right after Christmas, where we'll be racing right now Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, but only Friday and Saturday starting in November.
Horsemen in this part of the country, in the middle of the U.S., are interested in going to California. Are you going to offer some incentives, as Cal Expo has in the past?
Yes, we are. Obviously, things are a little tight, but we've worked out an arrangement with the California Harness Horsemen's Association, and right now our plan calls for a $750 new horse incentive. We've got that capped at the first 100 approved horses. We're hoping we could get 100 new horses. You're going to be, your chief partner is a European wagering firm, a very popular place for exchange wagering. I know California is working on those rules. Does that mean Cal Expo is going to be the first American home of exchange wagering, or am I adding 2 and 2 and coming up with 5? No, I think you're right on. We're obviously very optimistic about getting involved in exchange wagering. We've had detailed negotiations with Betfair, and obviously, as you mentioned, the rule process, the statutes on the books, the rules are in the process of being adopted by the racing board. There's been some technical amendments over the last couple of months, excuse me. And then once the board adopts the rules, they send it on to the Office of Administrative Law, and then they have like 30 business days to either make changes or adopt the rules as the board adopted. So the totality of that is right now, I think we're looking at the best case scenario would be towards the end of December, right around the first of the year. But we're optimistic. Not only would we be the first, but that it could possibly be a huge purse enhancement to our industry out here. The Cane Pace and Metro Stakes will be the focus of next week's program.
Be sure to join us when we meet again for another edition of Eye on Harness Racing.